What is going on, world? I want to talk to you today about some of the things that scare people who are trying to purchase a home. And there are a lot of things that can go into this. Purchase price, how much money you're going to put down, saving for that down payment, all that kind of wraps into one. What if the appraisal comes back light? That's another. And finally, home inspection. That is probably, without a doubt, the most important detail. Now, it's going to come close to the end of the process after your purchase price and your negotiated offer have been accepted. After your appraisal comes back and either appraises for more, hopefully, or the same amount. If it appraises for less, that's another story. We can talk about that another time. If you have questions, comment below. But finally, it's going to be that home inspection. And there's kind of two things, a pest and a home inspection. Clump those together into inspection. And so what happens is, after all those things are done and you get your inspection back, you're going to have an in-depth look at what is wrong with your house. Are there things that need to be fixed on the roof? Are there leaks in the house? Are there leaks in the faucets? Are there windows that aren't sealed properly, allowing moisture to get in and bacteria to build up? These are the things that home inspection is going to be able to go in-depth about without you really, having to worry about it yourself. Now, is a home inspection completely necessary? Not all the time. If you're buying a house to flip it, most of the time, if you're going to be the person that fixes it up, you're not going to need a home inspection. You already know that it's a crappy house. So I would say for most borrowers, you're going to want that home inspection. And so I want to talk today about a few things, what you can do if you get a home inspection back that isn't up to par with what you thought it could be. And that happens quite a few times. So I want to talk today about, number one, a cash offer. And so this is kind of the most popular thing that people do, and the number one option that they go with is they have the seller provide some extra money towards the closing costs. The money that you have to bring to the table at the end of the process. So say your home inspection comes back and there are details in there that you don't like, that you know that you're going to have to fix yourself. However, you don't want it to kill the deal. So you can go back to that seller and say, hey, Mr. or Mrs., whoever, I know that this home has a problem with the roof. It's going to cost X amount of money to fix it. Would you be willing to throw in that money for the purchase? When I purchase this home, can I bring that much less to the table? And they're going to say either one or two things.
They're going to say no, or they're going to say yes.
Because they want to get the house sold. Another thing that you can do, and this is kind of along the same lines, is you can request that work to be done. You can give them a number and say, hey, this is what I know it's going to be, and this is what it's going to cost to get it done. Now, can I either have that money in cash at the closing table, or can you solve these problems for me? A lot of people don't want to do that because A, they don't want to go out and get multiple quotes, and then B, they just don't want to take the time and effort to put into the house that they're not even going to be living in anymore. So what happens if those two things come back as a no? The seller tells you to screw off. We're not doing that. Another thing you can do is renegotiate the purchase price based on those amounts. Now that might sound like the same thing, but it's not. So if that's always an option. Now, the seller can say no. In a lot of states, the seller can just say no, I'm not doing anything. What do? Okay, you can get more quotes and more home inspections yourself. I wouldn't really get another home inspection, especially if that first one was thorough. But you can get more quotes and kind of be comfortable with the amount if you really love that home. It's up to you. Or you can walk away. Now, there's money you put down at the beginning of the process. It's called due diligence money. You want to make sure that the due diligence money that you put down is good until the home inspection is done. Because if it's not, and then your home inspection comes back bad, you have lost out on whatever that due diligence money is. So that is extremely important to know when you are signing the contract with the seller. If you guys are liking these videos, please go ahead, subscribe below. Like it on Facebook, repost it. I would love that. If not, just keep on scrolling. Much love. I hope y'all are staying safe.